control. Let's now control the passage. What did we learn so far with respect to the paragraph control? We learned that eventually everything starts from a sentence. Let's assume that there are these 4 sentences. Now, what we learned is that from each of the sentence, we can take out its key idea. What that means, the main, subject, verb, object, and complement, right? Whatever sentence could be. Usually the sentences are about 20 words. They're about 20-30 word sentence. We can convert that, every single sentence, in about 4 to 8 words. We can do that. We can convert the subject, the verb, the object, or its complement, which is like the 4 words, or maybe slightly more, 4 words. Yes, we can do it, right? Then we learned that when we think about this paragraph as a whole, right? When we look at this paragraph as a whole, then for that particular paragraph, there will be that one point, which is the main point of that particular paragraph. Now, what we learned is main point is not picking up something from point 1, going to point 2, going to point 3, going to point 4. No. What we learned is one of these is going to be the main point. Rest of them could be acting as some sort of a support, maybe acting as some sort of a context. One of them would be the point, and that will be the main point that we are taking away. So that is a point that we are taking away. And therefore, I can convert this into 4 to 8 words. This particular the paragraph may be 100 words. I can convert 100 words into 4 to 8 words. Okay. While doing that, we also understood that each of these sentences has got a certain function. There's a particular function of a sentence. The function can be broadly classified into 3 things, right? That's what we looked at. Number 1, it could be a point with or without a qualifier or qualifier. There could be a qualifier to the point that is being made. Then there are some background information. Some of the background information is merely context building. Now, some of the background information is something that is more important, which is the counter view or a counterpoint that this passage is trying to refine, address, correct, right? And there are many things that could support. The support could be by way of, it could be an evidence that is given to support. It can be an explanation, clarification. It can be examples and whatnot, right? So this is our key flow. There could be certain things that is the context or a counterpoint, or are there many things that can support. And which brings into many structures, right? We could have a structure, then we decided that we could have a structure where we have a point followed by the support. We could have a case where there is a support followed by a particular point with or without the qualifier. There could be a case where there is a point, then the lot of support for the particular point, and we could have restatement of the particular point. Or there could be a background context that is given to us, and then there might be things which then there's a point that is being made and sort of a support that is being made, or for that particular point. Or you could have the cases where there is a counter view somewhere, the counter view, and there is the point that is made, which is probably attacking the counter view and support to that. This counter view may also have a different kind of structure, wherein you might have, imagine there is a counter view and something is given to support that counter view. It's possible something is given to support that counter view, and comes a rebuttal of the particular author saying that author makes a different point, and there could be things that supports that author's point, right? So it could be like that as well. There'll be a lot of different variations of this, but at always we are looking at this hero. Where is the point? Where is the point? That is what we are interested in, and that is what we are picking up. Now, we move from, when we want to now go from paragraph control to passage control, when you have to move to that level of passage control, we need to understand that, look, the passage will have another paragraph with lot many sentences. I don't know how many sentences. Let's take 4. Now another one which has got another 4 sentence. Let's say another one which has got another 4 to 5 sentence. Another one. Okay, it could be this. This will be a paragraph. So there is this paragraph here. There is this paragraph. There is this paragraph. There is this paragraph. Right, and all this paragraph put together, we are dealing with about 500 words. Roughly. Now, we picked up 4 to 8 words from the first paragraph. We will pick up 4 to 8 words from the second paragraph. We'll pick up 4 to 8 words the doodle for the third paragraph, the fourth paragraph, fifth paragraph. And then this ideas. Now the 5 ideas that we got. Idea from paragraph 1, idea from paragraph 2, idea from paragraph 3, idea from paragraph 4, idea from paragraph 5. It's going to have the same thing. One of them, now that idea in itself could be, this particular idea number 1 could be the context. And idea number 2 might be giving, based on that particular context, there is a counter view that eventually the paragraph is going to address. Maybe paragraph number 3 is giving something that supports that counter view. Now paragraph the number 4 says, oh wait a minute, I'm going to have a rebuttal. I'm going to make the point. And then say, look, what I'm going to do is here I'm going to support this particular point. It could be that. And eventually what we realize is that for the entire passage, this particular part would be his main point. There is sort of this structure that we see here. There could be a structure here. There would be a structure. There will be a structure. Oh, which means eventually the entire passage can be broken to this 4 to 8 words. Really, it is actually possible. Now there are questions. Now there will be 4 questions. The question is not just going to ask the main point of the particular passage. The question will revolve around ideas that is given in each of this paragraph. Now you might tell me, sir, 4 words here. Let's say 5 words here, 5 words here, 5 words here, 5 words here, 5 words here. All these things put together, what we took out was 25 words. This is a word that survives in my head. 25 words survives in my head or on a piece of paper, depending upon what you want to do. You decide today whether you want to doodle on a piece of paper or doodle in your head. That is completely up to you. I have no say on this. Okay. Now you might be asking, sir, there were 500 words. By converting this 500 words to 25 words, I kind of removed 475 words. Sir, isn't that nonsense? What the hell is this? How is this even possible? This can't be done. What if our evil question setter who's trying to trap me is going to stay here? That is a question that you have in your head. You don't trust me. You don't trust me. When I say that, sir, this is what it is, you are saying that, sir, yes, thodi hota hai. How can you discard these 475 words? 2 things. You can't remember 500 words. 500 words cannot exist in your head. Therefore, it is logically impossible. This activity, try to remember every single 500 words, is impossible. And just reading everything, saying that all these 500 words are equally important, is another nightmare. Which means we don't know what the passage is saying. We have no idea. We have treated everything as equal importance. So we don't know who the author is. We don't know what the author is saying. It is impossible. It's an impossible task. What is possible task is this 25 words, and then at the end of the day, we are actually hoping that we will deal with. Now, if let's say there is the question that I did decide to go to this 475 words, I know where that word exists because I know the structure of the passage. If it's part of the counter view, I know it's in paragraph number 2. It's part of the context, I know it's paragraph number 1. I remember the story, right? I remember the story. I mean, if you go watch a particular movie, right? Can you explain to me every single dialogue that happened? Everything. You probably went and watched the movie. You would have watched that movie. Can you remember everything? You only remember this thing only in that movie. You remember the key area. That's enough. So, I'll have to demonstrate how we do this. So I thought, why not I pick up one CAT passage? Now, which CAT passage to pick? I've used a simple logic. CAT conducting institutes. 2015 Ahmedabad, 16 Bangalore, 17 Lucknow, 18 Calcutta, 19 Kozhikode, 20 Indore, A, B, L, C, K, I, 2021 A, B, 2022 3, L, C, K. Oh, this looks like a sequence. What is a missing number here? And you might say, sir, it will be Indore. That is what even I am thinking at this point in time when I'm recording this video, right? These lessons, these chapters, if you were to call. I think chapters is actually better. But this is actually a book talking to you, right? That's how it is. So this recording, when I'm recording these chapters, this is not revealed who is a Kannada. Very likely I am Indore. So why not? We pick up CAT 2020 itself. In fact, base everything more or less in terms of what CAT 2020 did. Now, even though this, both of them is created by IIM Ahmedabad, or for example, 2024 and 2018 was created by IIM Lucknow. It is not that the level of difficulty is one and the same. But there is something that I've seen, which is the kind of passages, the kind of questions, the kind of thing they ask is there is some commonality. There is the things that are more common between institutes. Within institute than actually the commonality that is seen across institute. Okay, this commonality is kind of rare. What is that? You can have some commonality. But anyway, in which case, if we were to pick up a passage, let's pick up a CAT 2020 passage. Okay. This is a passage that I picked from CAT 2020, slot number 3. Source from Humankind, a Hopeful History by Rutger Bregman, review of a particular book, a tribute to a better nature by Andrew Anthony from The Guardian. 517 words. That is what you're going to get, 517 words. Even if you read very slowly. You know what speed I'm saying? Humankind, a Hopeful History by Rutger Bregman review, a tribute to a better nature by Andrew Anthony, The Guardian. That speed. You'll be able to read this passage in about 4 minutes. There are 24 sentences, 21 words per sentence, 6 paragraph, 11.7 is a flesh grade level. So what I'm going to do is obviously I'm going to do things very slow now. Obviously, I think that this explanation of this particular paragraph, I've already taken about 12 minutes. The explanation of this particular paragraph may go to about 30 minutes. As you say that, sir, you are explaining in 30 minutes. No, I'm just breaking things down to you. Right. All right. So what is our task? We have to do a few things. Let me explain the way in which you should read. Okay, we start with paragraph number 1. We don't know what is going to happen in 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, but let's see. Let's go sentence by sentence. Although, you know what although means? We know what although means. We know what although means. Although is immediately telling me there is some sort of a concession that is going to happen. Okay, so that first part is not going to be important. We'll read it. Although one of the most contested concepts in political philosophy is very contested, human nature is something on which most people seem to agree. So that is a point from paragraph number 1. Let's put that in our head. Human nature is something that most people agree. By and large, according to Rutger Bregman in his new book, Humankind. Okay, now this is not author saying. Author is basically saying, okay, this author is not involved. Bregman ne kya bola? We have a rather pessimistic view, not of ourselves exactly, but of everyone else. Oh, therefore, this is a context. The point that is being made here, oh, this is fantastic. We have rather a pessimistic view, not of everyone else. Look at this next sentence, right? So reason why I'm saying this, we'll explain the sentence. We see other people as selfish, untrustworthy, and dangerous, and therefore we behave towards them with defensive suspicion. What is the sentence doing? That sentence is merely explaining. This sentence is merely explaining. This is a sort of a green. We know that the context is being built here, right? Okay, so we probably will have to, whether this fellow Rutger Bregman is important at this point in time, it's not. Why should he be important? It's in the bracket. Okay. This was how the 17th century philosopher Thomas Hobbes conceived a natural state to be, believing that all stood between us. This was who conceived this? This was conceived by this guy, Hobbes. I don't know whether Hobbes is very important here, consider natural state to be, believing that all stood between us is violent anarchy. But violent anarchy was a strong state and a firm leadership. The Hobbes wanted a strong state and firm leadership. So I'm basically going to pick this as an idea here. I think that if I want to convert this into my doodle, you can keep the doodle on your head or doodle on a piece of paper, right? What is it that the people is saying we have? Bregman is not saying he has. Bregman is saying we have. Okay. So it's like saying human nature, where most people say we have. People have pessimistic view of everyone else. We have a pessimistic view of everyone else, and this is something that our Hobbes by agrees. Now, there is another person here which is very important to understand. There is a Rutger Bregman. He is merely quoting this. We don't know the heart of the Bregman by. You are getting what I'm saying? Now, there is an author. At this point in time, author is pretty neutral. Author is basically saying that Bregman is saying that people have this specific view, which this fellow aligned with Hobbes. So the people having specific view about everyone else. Okay, we have specific view towards our this with suspicion. We look at everyone's suspicion. That is what Hobbes thing is what Rutger Bregman is reporting in his book. So I think that's the context. The context is simply this: people have a pessimistic view about everything else. Now, at this point in time, look at where the author is. Now, this paragraph is not telling me what our fellow author is trying to do. Therefore, where it's going to go next, I have no idea. Therefore, in this case, so it seems to be that the first paragraph completely is trying to sort of build a context to some discussion that is going to happen later. Now, there is a view that is being presented to us here, right? That people have a pessimistic view about everything else. Okay, there is a name that is given to us. One is our hero, our fellow Bregman. Another person is Thomas Hobbes. And there is, of course, the author who is writing this. We know at this point in time, this is what Hobbes believes. But we don't know what Bregman believes. We also don't know what the author believes. I don't know whether author is going to leave Bregman out here and just going to deal with this. Or author is going to say something else. Is the author going to focus more on Thomas Hobbes? Author is focusing on Bregman? Or author is going to leave both of them in this particular paragraph? I don't know. So I'm kind of suspending my thought at this point in time, saying that the only thing that this particular paragraph is telling me that people think everybody is bad. Human nature bad. That's what people think. That's the only thing that I'm going to take from here. And therefore, this first paragraph is therefore just building me some sort of a background or a context. This is like a context, that background is what the first paragraph is trying to tell us. So let's look at what's going to happen. Somewhere the point is going to emerge. There seems to be okay. We saw but we like. Okay, I cannot say we like but the but with one T. Okay, that we like. But, however, but in following Hobbes, argues Bregman, we ensure that the negative view we have towards human nature is reflected back to us. Now we know the position of Mr. Bregman. Mr. Bregman does not like the Hobbes view. This particular view he does not like. The people are pessimistic. If I think others are pessimistic, it gets definitely black. He instead put his faith in Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Oh, now who is the hero? We are sticking to Bregman. But Hobbes had left the party. We are going to Bregman. Faith in Rousseau, the 18th century thinker who famously declared that man was born free and it was civilization with his coercive social class and restrictive class that put him in chains. Civilization is a problem. Human nature is not the problem. Civilization is the problem. That is what Bregman believes, and he's basically using this fellow Rousseau to say that now we know this particular paragraph is important to us. We still don't know where the author is. It's still hiding. Author has still not revealed himself. I don't know whether author will ever reveal. So for author is like, I'm not involved. I'm just telling you what Bregman thinks. Okay, so let's call it Bregman's view. So that is, I'll put a B there just to say the Bregman in our head, at least on a piece of paper, and basically saying that civilization puts people in chains. The restriction or problem is created by civilization. This is what we could probably also say that this is the view aligned by Rousseau. So we had a view by Hobbes that the problem with human nature is us, and Rousseau, the Rousseau saying no, it's by civilization. Bergman said that is what it is. Okay, where it is going? I need to know what the author is trying to do. Author, where are you? Talk to me, please. Okay, what would be likely going to be the next paragraph? What could happen? Maybe there could be something that supports this point. That's likely. Support this point. It's to bold. Civilization is creating chaos. The moment you make a claim that civilization is about putting you in chain, there has to be some explanation why, right? Sorry. Okay. There has to be some explanation why. So so the moment you make claims like this, right? Or at least the passage is making claim, or Bregman is making claim, and one paragraph is dedicated completely to say that a particular claim exists, you has corrected a view. So this is like, now this become a context. There is a context or a view that has been corrected by Bregman, and saying that the corrected view now needs some explanation. We need some support for this particular view. It's very, very likely that the next paragraph is going to be a support. See, now all this thought process will happen naturally. Like, it's not, you don't have to sit and think what is going to happen next. All this process will happen subconsciously. But to start with, you have consciously start thinking about these things, which is why reading articles without any time limit helps a lot. Right? It helps. See, when we do reading comprehension passage every time, that is good. I'm saying that's a good exercise. There's no problem with that. But we want to build these skills. Now, by the side, you have to do this exercise of articles. I will put article doses, maybe about 30 of them. After going through all these lessons of reading better in 7 days, you can read those article doses. And I'll do analysis of the article doses like this. No questions or anything. Just article and my discussion. All right. So let's carry on. Where is it going? Hobbes and Rousseau are seen as two poles of human argument. And it is no surprise that Bregman strongly sides with Frenchmen. Okay. Yeah, we already mentioned. Okay. Now, author is saying that the Bregman is siding with the Rousseau. Okay, we understood this. Tell me why. He takes Rousseau's intuition and paints a picture of idle is like chilling. Ne? I don't know. We'll forget it. Idle. Okay. This is not that idle. Okay. What idle is this? I should not be doing this. I am a teacher. I should know meaning of these words. What kind of stupid teacher are you? See, there's so many words in my head. Happy. Correct. Peaceful. Chilling. That's what it is. Not chilling. That's what I said. No, I don't know what I said. In which a better part of 300,000 years, Homo sapiens lived a fulfilling life in harmony with nature. Then we discovered agriculture, and the next 10,000 years, it was all property, war, greed, and injustice. Hey, there is a support. There's a support for this particular point. There's a support. Okay, what's happening is that we are still with Bregman's view. I'm still with Bregman views, siding with Rousseau. Bregman and Rousseau. But Rousseau is a side character now because we are focusing on Bregman. Bregman views is that agriculture, pre-agriculture, okay. Harmony, agriculture happened, problems. That's it. Okay. So what has been established so far in our head? People think that everybody is very pessimistic about others. We are all, human nature is bad. Hobbes says it. Bregman is like, no. Civilization is a problem. See, I'll tell you why. Because we used to live harmony. Nomadic life was very harmonious. But agriculture happened, shit happened. Nice. Now, where is this going? Where is it going? We have in the third paragraph. I think that what else? We have three more paragraph to author. What are you doing? Talk to us, please. What are you hiding behind? What are you trying to do here? It was abandoning a nomadic lifestyle and then domesticated animals, says Bregman, that brought about infectious diseases such as measles, smallpox, tuberculosis, syphilis, malaria, cholera. It created problem. It's a restatement of the same thing. Agriculture created problem, Berman's view. This may... Our author is in, hero is in, our fellow is in, our author is in. This may be true, but rebuttal is happening. Rebuttal is happening in this particular passage, which means that this was a counterpoint the author was trying to attack. Oh, this may be true. What Bregman never really seems to get to grips is that pathogens was not the only thing that grew with agriculture. So did number of humans. It is one thing to maintain friendly relation and a property-less mode of living when you are 30 to 40 hunter-gatherer following the food. But life becomes great deal more complex and knowledge complex and knowledge far more extensive. Knowledge far more extensive when there are settlements and many thousand people. Oh, great! Author is giving a new nuance to it. Wait a minute, you Blackman, bye. I'm going to give a problem. Okay, agriculture happened. Humans increased. Complexity increased. That's it. Whose view is this? This is our author's view. Amazing. What is the story so far? Simple story so far. In our head, it's still alive. The people have pessimistic side. People think, Bregman is like, nah, civilization is the problem. Agriculture started, problem happened. Agriculture started, diseases came. Wait. Come here, Bregman, bye. Let me tell you. Yes, disease happened. You can say nomad was chilling. They could chill. Because what actually happened when agriculture, human population also increased, that has created complexity. It was dealing with more complex. Where is author going? Now, once the author said this, now author has to give support. Na? Bold the author. Life became great deal more complex and far more knowledge. The knowledge far more extensive when there are settlements of many people. It is so easy to chill at 30 people, but civilization grew, people grew, and that's what it is. That's what the complexity happened. Author has to support this. Author got to do this. That has to be the next paragraph. It has to be. Civilization has become... Why are we coming back to Bregman? Civilization has become synonymous with peace and progress, and wilderness with war and decline. Writes Bregman. We are going back to Bregman again. What is it? What the author? Don't confuse us now. Bregman now saying civilization is like peace. Wilderness, war. In reality, most of human existence, it was the other way around. Oh, we are now looking back what the Burman thing is, that civilization. People think that civilization is peace. Other civilization was not peace. He is going back to saying the same point which we understood. Why are we bothered now? See, out of these 500 words, now how many repetition of idea exist? Why you बोल रहे हैं? In reality, okay, whereas traditional history depicts the collapse of civilization as dark ages in which everything gets wrong. Modern scholars, he claims, see them more as a reprieve in which enslaved gain their freedom and culture flourishes. He claims civilization, basically now, Bregman is saying that many people are saying civilization falls, that's a bad thing. He's like, it's amazing. Why? Because in which enslaved gain freedom and culture for itself. The people, when civilization breaks down, all the slaves get freedom, culture happens. Like much else in this book, the truth is probably somewhere in the two stated positions. Now, author has not really supported this claim. Right? Author has not kind of supported that this one, but author is now basically saying that, okay, picking another point and saying this is the point. Okay, this is a point. So let's write this. Bregman views civilization collapse is some good, Modern scholars view civilization collapse is bad. Author is saying it is in the middle. Is neither this nor that. It's sort of in the middle, somewhere in the two stated position. So you could just say that, that's this enough as a doodle. Author is getting involved here. Let's see what's happening in the last paragraph. In any case, छोड़ दो ऐसा. In any case, छोड़ दो. The fear of civilization collapse, Bregman believes, is unfounded. Bregman thinks that collapse of civilization is unfounded. Civilization is not going to collapse. It's a result of what the Dutch biologist Frans de Waals calls veneer theory. The idea that just below the surface, our bestial nature is waiting to break out. We have that, our nature is break out. There's a great deal of reassuring human decency to be taken from this bold and thought-provoking book. Author is giving some credit to him. देख यार, तूने जो book लिखा है ना, मस्त है. And a wealth of evidence that in support of contention that the sense of who we are as a species has been deleteriously distorted. Okay, which means that the author is also conceding that the contention, the sense of who we are as a species has been deleteriously distorted. Deleterious. It's actually maliciously, wrongly distorted. Also agreeing that who we are as a species has been distorted. Agreeing with the Berman's theory. That the book is thought-provoking, book is very nice, and I do agree that the way in which we think about human beings as a species, that's a very distorted view, and we deleteriously, really very badly missed it. Look at the last paragraph now. It seems equally misleading to offer the false choice of Rousseau and Hobbes when clearly humanities encompasses both. Okay, author is now saying humanity encompasses both Hobbes and Rousseau. Okay, so basically the author's script, if I understand, is a simplified way in which Bregman has created this. Okay, there is Rousseau, there is one which says that people are, one view that people are absolutely pessimistic, everything problem with human nature. Other view that human nature, fundamentally human beings are good, civilization creates a problem. And then once he created a dichotomy, then he said that this is important. Civilization has actually created a problem. Civilization is the problem. Author is basically saying, wait, yaar, nah, not really. We should be in the middle. Right. So, what is the structure? Oh, sorry. I think that this is missing. I think that I have to adjust this screen. So where the screen is adjusted is actually for the PPT, but for this one I should adjust the screen. That's why something on top is missing. All right, that's okay. I'm really sorry for that. All right, no issues. What is happening in paragraph number 1? People, context. People believe that humans are bad. Okay. People believe that human nature, selfish and sort of bad. Okay. This is sort of what the Hobbes thing. Bregman says human nature is over. Civilization is the one that is bad. This is aligned with Rousseau's belief. But Bregman is there. Okay. Bregman says here in 3rd paragraph, what does Bregman say? If you remember very, very clearly, it says that nomadic life, pre-agriculture, beautiful, good. Agriculture created problem. Author, idiot! I do understand agriculture, nomadic life is okay. I know that agriculture created stuff, but what is also important, agriculture also increase human population, complexity also increase. Okay. Author. Here author is again saying, look, the truth is between this. Civilization, you cannot treat civilization is bad or civilization is good. Author says it has to be somewhere in the middle. And the author eventually says that you can't treat Hobbes' view and Hobbes is separate and Rousseau is separate. The reality is between the two. So it is where here, I think that here is where the author sort of I think this is where the author is getting involved, in the sense that what we have is somewhere in the middle, right? We have started with some sort of a context, and there are all this thing is about the sort of the counter view that the author wants to attack, not attack, refine. I'll not use the word refine. This is sort of the support that the author gives to eventually get here. Hey, that makes sense. That makes sense. So let's keep this in mind and see if it is good enough to answer the questions. Shall we? Okay, let's actually take this doodle and go and let's say if we can paste this. Okay, first of all, I have to push this little down. Really sorry about that. Oh my goodness, what do I do? This is getting complicated. Oops. I should have done all this before, or you might be saying, sir, you should edit all these things. I'm not going to edit anything. We don't have time to edit and all. We are okay. What the hell is going on? I should be good at this. Okay, let's keep it here. Next one, let's keep it here. Next one, we'll keep it here. Next one, we'll keep it here. Okay, that's it. By the side. Okay. The author has a differing view from Bregman regarding. Okay. Let's anticipate the answer. When we read a question, let's anticipate. Before looking at the option, we will deal with this when the option comes. Let's anticipate. Where is the problem? Author is basically saying that civilization, good, bad, nahi hai. It's in the middle. Author differs saying that Hobbes and Rousseau are not separate things. Both are important. Okay. The role of pathogens in spreading infectious diseases is something that the author concedes. That's a concession, right? Author says this may be true, na? इधर बोला है ना यार, कहाँ है? This may be true. Bola, pathogen. Civilized society being coercive and unjust. There you go. That has to be the answer to our question. This is the answer to our question. Civilization, the civilized society being coercive and unjust. Civilization coercive and unjust. Civilization being bad is what Bregman is saying. Author is saying, nah, it's not in the middle. It's in the middle. Propertyless mode of living, socially harmonious. Author is not. So author is saying that it is one thing to maintain friendly relationship and a property law maintain if you are the hunter-gatherer food. Author is not saying that propertyless building, nomadic lifestyle is harmonious. Author is conceding, yeah, it is harmonious. But when you have so many people, what happens then? The role of agriculture and advancement of knowledge. Okay, this is crazy. Answer to the question is one. Now you tell me. To answer this question, I am basically feeling that you might get into these kind of traps, right? These two are traps because to understand propertyless mode of living being socially harmonious is not something that the author disagrees. Author agrees that nomadic lifestyle can be harmonious. Author agrees that disease, the agriculture caused diseases. What the author disagrees is that can be applied to any period of time. That civilization is coercive, unjust. That is not. That is the author disagrees, right? In this particular case, what the author says is that while agriculture, so I do agree that once upon a time, the life was harmonious, and agriculture got diseases. But what also did what increased the number of humans and made life very complex. That's what happened, and it's very, very clear. Author disagree with this particular position. Okay, let's look at number 2. According to the passage, the collapse of civilization is viewed by Bregman as bad. For Bregman, collapse of civilization. Okay, sorry, it's good. Good. I'm really sorry. I got excited. Civilization is bad. For Bregman, collapse of civilization is great. I know where it is sort of mentioned. Is saying that he claims more is a reprieve in which enslaved gain their freedom and culture possessions. Basically, we have to say something good. A sign of regression, that is sounding bad. So we can just align with tone. I told you, the purpose is important. No, what is he saying? Civilization is bad. Collapse of civilization is going to do something good. No, they're saying that the sign of regression. That is a bad. This is a gali. Resulting from a breakdown in veneer human nature. So first of all, now this is the kind of thing that we have to learn. Okay, in terms of these kind of side tracking that is done. Side tracking is here. Okay. The fear of civilization collapse is unfounded. That's a different point in which this veneer theory is given. The collapse of civilization as an idea is not dark ages. This is here. It's a different place. A time that enables changes in culture and society. There you go. It enables changes in societies and culture. That's not the exact word that is used, but it's more of a reprieve which enslaved gain freedom and culture flourishes. A temporary phase which can be rectified. Why do you want to rectify something good? Look at the tone mismatch. Why do you want to rectify something that is good? That doesn't make any sense at all. Answer this question as answer choice number 3. Okay. None of the following views are expressed in the passage except. So now we'll have to do some maths. And we'll deal with these kind of questions later. But at this point in time, I'm just going to tell the math. None is negative, except is negative. Negative times negative is positive. So eventually, you're looking at what is aligned with the passage. Or what is true based on the particular passage. Two negatives, eliminate, basically looking at sort of the positive statement. Okay. Hobbes and Rousseau disagreed on fundamental nature of humans. But both believed in need for a strong state. Where? No! Have you ever read that? Here, Hobbes and Rousseau agreed on strong state. Only that we know is Hobbes said strong state is important. Gone. In fact, he's saying the civilization is crazy. It puts them in chain. Bregman agrees with Hobbes. Where? That firm leadership is needed to ensure property rights. The author of the review believes that veneer theory of human nature. Where? In case of fear unbounded, Burton believes it's a result of what? We don't know. That is not author's position. Most people agree with Hobbes' specific view of human nature as being intrinsically on the surface. This is this point. No. People believe that human nature is bad. First, the main key idea of paragraph number 1. That's what it is. Most people agree on this pessimistic view. But there were Hobbes. Correct. Question number 4. According to the author, the author is here. Author is here. Why Bregman? Shit. Bregman is here. Okay, we are moving ahead with author. Why Bregman contrasts life in pre-agriculture society with agriculture societies? Why is, now the forget about according to the author is according to the author. Why is Bregman saying? Why? Why did he say? Why did he say? Why did he say that pre-agriculture is awesome? Because he wants to say that civilization is bad. People are good, civilization is bad. That's what he wants to say. Advocate for the promotion of less complex society. He did not promote less complex society as a base for greater security and prosperity. What is the security and prosperity? We need a little more security. Less number of people, we are more secure. ठोकने के लिए कोई आएगा नहीं ना, कोई है नहीं, अकेला हूँ. I'm very secure because I'm alone in this entire universe. Now, bolster his argument to support. Look at this is what he did. No, he uses. Look at this. This was an evidence that he used, a support that is used to make the claim that civilization is creating problem. People are basically decent, but progress, as we know, can make them selfish. There you go. Highlight the enormous impact the settled farming had on population growth. Suicide. Population growth is first of all discussed by the author. Make the argument that an environmentally conscious lifestyle is more environmentally conscious. So now you know what? You know what? Nah? All these ideas is the key idea of this particular passage. I did not fabricate this. You have to understand that. Some people will say this, sir, you knew the answer to each of the question. Therefore, you backworked and got these ideas. No, I did not. Isn't not this a good idea? Is it not this idea? Civilization create chaos by the bee. Is it not this idea that bee is saying that previously people were very harmonious? Agriculture actually created problem by supporting this claim that civilization is creating chaos. And the author is saying that agriculture is also created humans, and society also became very complex here. You cannot simply blame civilization. There are too many people. Complexity happened. The truth is actually civilization is neither good nor bad. Somewhere in the middle. We have to have a nuanced view on this. We have to have a nuanced view. Don't the hopes people are bad or civilization is bad. Don't keep it. It's always in the middle. That's what it is, nah. That's all it is, right? That's all the idea is, right? Author has a different view about what civilization bad mat bolo yaar. Civilized society being coercive and judges. That is a different view that author has. According to the passage, collapse of civilization, Bergman. Civilization collapse, good. One is saying bad, two is saying bad, three is saying good, four is saying bad, whatever. Okay. Which is aligned? These are not aligned. And this one is, why did Bergman do? All these questions can be answered. So let's learn more about passage structures. In the process, and I'm still going to use a lot of CAT passages, especially 2020 ones, and some select ones to explain structures and lot many things. It's also very, very important at some level to learn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use CAT passages with a very specific purpose. Is that we got to understand the CAT question setter, right? How they think, how they create options. So I'm going to use a lot of, when we learn from now on, I'll use a lot of CAT passages from a learning perspective, right? A lot of people believe that CAT passage is something that I should do towards the end of everything as a practice test. I think that's not what it is. That's not a great thing to do. I think that is very, very important. It's important that you learn from CAT. Learn from CAT. That's my point of view. I hope this made sense.